Hello, and welcome to the 1099 tax form preparation workshop. Whether you're watching in my community or in YouTube, welcome. First, I just want to say ignore the background because I'm in the middle of moving and I'm in this temporary space, so just ignore. Uh, and then second, the electrician is working in the other room over there, so there might be some noise. Also, if there is, just ignore a little bit. Okay, we're gonna get into it. I have a little presentation prepared. I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go entire screen. We'll do this one, share, and we'll start. Okay, I'll do present. Let's go. First, congratulations on learning. You want to learn how to do this and to do it right and to file on time. So, congratulations to you. You also want to be in control and in charge of your business finances. That's so important. And this is part of being in control. And you want to be the boss of your numbers. Of course, you want to be the boss of your numbers. And, all of it has everything to do with it. Preparing your forms, getting your numbers ready. If you paid somebody more than $600, then this is that. So, what I'm going to talk about are the due dates, the prep and file, and the Q&A. At the end, we'll do some Q&A if there is any. And for the prep and file, I'll do a little workshop. But first, let's talk about the due dates. Oh, no, let's talk about the due dates. I did this TikTok and it's got over 128,000 views. I'm not going to play it. Pause. Oh, sorry. Let me just pause. So a lot of people really wanted to know, is the due date really actually February 2nd? Some people think it's March or February 28th. And let me just show you right here when to file. So the 1099 NEC, which is the non-employee compensation, that one is due February 2nd, 2026. Now, technically, it would be the 31st, January 31st, but because January 31st lands on a Saturday, then we've got Monday that it's due. So, that's this form, which is the most popular one and the one that everybody needs to worry about right now. The other ones, which kind of like other companies file mostly, you're not really responsible unless you have like a renter or you pay rent, um, or have like other miscellaneous type of income. All of these are due March 2nd, 2026. Again, technically February 28th, but because it lands on a weekend, it's due on that Monday. So these are the only ones that are due later. The one that's due coming up is this 1099-NEC non-employee compensation. So that's the one we got to file. That is the due date for that. I just wanted to clear that up in case people are confused. Wait, I thought it was March. I thought it was not till February. No, it's coming up. All right, let's get back to this. Second, we'll talk about prep and file. So who gets them? I'll make this bigger so you can see. Who gets them? Well, it's contractors or service providers that you pay more than $600, either by cash or check or Zelle or Venmo. You should 1099 them. And I'll talk about what info you need for that. But if you pay by credit card, somebody had mentioned in the comments on the TikTok, but not if you pay them by credit card because credit card processors will send those. Yes, he's right. If you pay somebody by credit card, then it's going through like a third party merchant provider service thing. So you're not going to send them the 1099. The merchant provider is going to send them a 1099. It's going to be called a 1099-K. And some of them won't send a 1099-K unless it's like over a certain amount, like $20,000 or more than 200 transactions. But that's not like you're not in charge of that. It's the people like Stripe or Square, the companies that will do that for you. So that's the only caveat. is if you pay somebody by credit card, then you don't have to 1099 them because their credit card is gonna do it. And then if you do 1099 them, it's gonna, like, double up. So, that's why I just put here cash, check, Zelle, or Venmo. What info do you need? Well, you as the person issuing the 1099, you need your information, your business name, your address, business address, and your ID number. If you're just a sole proprietor with your social security number, then it's your social security number. If you set up a federal ID number, then it's your federal ID number. So you need that for you. The recipient, you need to have them fill out this form W-9. Anybody that you hire, just have this on file for them, any independent contractor, because here is where they're gonna put their name. They're gonna put their business name if they have one. They don't have to have a business name. Then they're gonna check, what kind of business are they, and they're gonna put their address, and they're gonna put their ID numbers, and they're gonna sign it. And this is all you need. So once you have this, you're ready. Well, okay, you need the third thing. The third thing is you need to know how much you paid them. So you're again, this is part of knowing your numbers, being the boss of your numbers, being in control. You need to add it all up. You need to go to your spreadsheets or your QuickBooks Online or your bank account and go through your transactions and add up the total amount that you paid somebody. And that's the amount that you're going to enter in this box 1. So these are the this is the three things you need to be able to do it. Once you've got these 3 things, you've got their W-9 ready, then we prep and file, and we're gonna do a little demo of the prepping and the filing. I like to use this software. It's called Tax 1099. It's just tax1099.com. Tax1099.com. I like to use them because it's super easy, and I don't know, it's just the one I've used. I'm sure there's others, and I'm sure others are just as easy. So pick whichever one you want, I guess, to use, but definitely use a software. I wouldn't do it manually. I mean, you can go to, I think, to Office Depot, or Staples. I don't even know if Office Depot's around anymore. Staples, and like get the physical red forms and like do it by hand. If you do it by hand, you need this other form uh that goes with it, 1096. So it's just, I don't know, it's a little more cumbersome, I think. Why not just do it online and just pay $3 to have them e-file it with the IRS instead of you having to mail it and stamp it and all that stuff. So, okay, this is the software. Now you go to forms right here on the side, and as you can see, we've got the 1099-C kind of highlighted because it's the most popular one. So we're gonna select this one, and let me just go back real quick to the forms. See all these other ones, like, you're not gonna do this unless I don't know, you have a loan out, somebody you loaned money out and you're collecting interest, but this is, like, for interest income. So your savings account bank will issue this for you. If you have investments, the brokerage company will issue this. Also, this one, if you sold stocks and made like a capital gain or capital losses, the brokerage company will issue this to you. If you had a cancellation of debt and you had a credit card and they canceled the debt, the the credit card company is going to issue this to you. This is the 1099K for the third party network providers like the Stripe and the Square. If you sell things online and you get payments through a credit card, then the credit card company will issue this to you. This one is for miscellaneous income. This one has different boxes for different things. So it's rents. If if you get rental income, then you would get this. Royalties. Um all these other like things that are rare, fishing boat proceeds, fish purchased for resale, crop insurance. I have never dealt with any of this stuff. Uh but this is the form for it. Other income. Other like random little income that you paid somebody for that wasn't like a contract job type of thing, then it would be there. So that's the miscellaneous one. And the non-employee compensation, oh, let me go here. Non-employee compensation used to be on this form, but now they separate it out because it's so popular. So this is the one that's due coming up February 2nd. All right, so we go here. Now we add the payer. And this is where you decide, are you a sole proprietor as an individual with just your social security number? Or did you set up a federal ID number? And do you have a separate business name? Then you would select business. And then here you put your business name, your ID number, your email address, your phone. Disregarded entity, you can leave this alone. Enter the payer's disregarded entity. Well, this is if you're like a single member LLC. But you just need to put your federal ID number in here for that and your business name. This isn't even required, so I would just ignore that. Then your address, state, city, zip code, country. Let's see here. I'll just that. Optional information. Yeah, this is optional information depending on your state where you live. So if you are registered as an employer in your own state, so for example, California, it's the Employment Development Department, EDD. They're going to give you an ID number for being an employer in your state. And so that's where you would put it here. So that's only if you have that. If not, you don't have to do it. You don't have to worry about it. Basically, it's just this information, your name, your ID, your address. That's for you. Then you add it as the payer. Here it is. Your name, your address, your ID number. Now, for the recipient, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to add a recipient. Oh, sorry. You're going to select recipient, no, add recipient. Please select a payer. Oh, I have to select a payer. Okay, let me just, I had this old company here. It's closed now. But you have to select a payer, then you can add the recipient. Same thing. The recipient can be an individual, or it can be a single member LLC, or it can be an S corp. Generally, when you're paying a C corporation, you don't have to 1099 them. That's one thing I forgot to say. Let's go here. If they select this Schedule C, sorry, not Schedule C, a C corp, if they check the box that they're a C corp, you don't have to 1099 them. That's in the instructions for a 1099. Because there's so many corporations out there that people pay, and you're not gonna be 1099 every corporation that you pay. It would just be ridiculous. So that's why they say, don't worry about 1099ing C corporations. So this would be the only exception. If they're an individual, if they're an S corp, if they're a partnership, if they're a trust, if they're an LLC being taxed as an S corp, being or just a single member LLC, you do have to 1099 them. All right, so same thing with the recipient. You're going to put their name, their ID numbers, and their address, and that's it. So let's go back. So we've got the payer, we've got the recipient. Now, and this gets automatically like generated. You don't have to worry about this either. Now you put the amount in box 1, how much you paid them. Let's say you paid them $1,000. That's it. That's the 3 steps. Remember here we talked about what you need. You need the payer information, the recipient information, and how much you paid them. And that's it. That's it. Once you've got this done, let's just put like a fake person here. Let's do fake person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, fake fake street. Uh, fake city. State, California, 99999. Oh, I guess they want a real zip code. Okay. Okay, let's save. Okay. And then we put 1000. And then we save and continue. All right, so here we go. You're going to see this, and you can select to mail it to them. They'll charge you just like $2 something for this on top of the filing. You don't have to do tin match. I wouldn't do you don't ha if you know their ID number and you have their W-9, like, you don't have to do that. Like, they'll charge you for making sure that their ID number is valid, you know? Um, if you do e-delivery, you need to, give like, put their email in here, and then this company will email it to them. But I would just be in control of it, and I would email it to them. If you can if, like, that I think that's better. Then now you're in control, it's in your email, and it didn't go to spam or something if these people email it to them. So what I've always done is I just, like, don't do any of this, and I get the PDF copy and I email it to them. That's what I do. So you can select, and then this is new, run diagnostic. Oh gosh. Okay, I don't what? Do I have to do that? Diagnose to submit the form? Okay, whatever. Let's okay. This is this is new for this year. I haven't seen that. Okay. You may be risking a penalty of per item identified on or at least Oh, okay. Jeez. This is scary. Okay, so all that it's saying is that if you it says they notice that we have the 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 mail thing delivery not selected. So what this is saying is if you if you don't issue this to your people, then these are the penalties. If you don't issue 1099s to your people. This is the risk that you take. So they, of course they want you to make sure that this gets to them. So it's saying, "Hey, you didn't select it to be mailed. Like, are you sure?" Um, you can accept the risk. Uh, keep the tin matching and USPS enabled to avoid penalties. Ugh, this is where I would say I accept the risk because you're gonna make sure you get it to them. Like, you just make sure you get it to them. That's it. Okay, so that's new. That was new for this year. They're gonna want they want you to check these so that they can charge you more. And by more, I mean like $2, $3 more. I don't think you need to do it. I mean, you can if you want to. Go ahead. You can do it if you want to. Or you can submit. Okay, again, it's telling you, "Hey, you haven't selected it to be, sent through the mail or for us to email it. You submitted forms later to send the recipient copies by, or download and print a copy." So I would download and print a copy. Okay. Select the checkbox to confirm you have reviewed and verified the data. Well, okay, so what you can do is you can view. You can view and just do a review before you submit it. Do not mail this. So you're just gonna kind of look it over, review it, and make sure it's done correctly. Okay. And if it is, then you can submit. Okay. Yes, 1099 tax 1099 is not responsible for any incorrect data. Okay, we get it. Here we go. Then you pay, and it's over, and they file it. And I'm not gonna file this because it's fake and the company's closed already, but it's only $3. It's not that bad. If you wanna see what it would cost to do these, okay, it's $2 and $1 for this tin, which, again, I don't think you really need it. I don't think you need it unless you want to mail it and email it to them, you could do both. You could totally do both. Um, but see how kinda it's not that expensive. But this if you have a lot to file, then yeah, it would be, 6, uh, it could add up if you have a lot to file. So that's it. That is the prep. It could I mean, it literally takes very, like, less time. I just kind of took a long time to explain a bunch of different little things. So, that's it. That's the preparation. That was the demo. Okay, we've got to see if there's any other questions that pop up. Let me go and look real quick. I'll stop sharing. All right, no questions. I can go to the future. Well, not the future. I can go to 2026. What we have going on now. This year. I'm gonna share my screen again. Entire screen. Share. All right. For 2026, this is the new rule. And I went to the website to look at the One Big Beautiful Bill Act to find this. And here it is. Starting for payments made after December 31st, 2025. So that means now, this year, if you pay somebody more than 2,000, you have to 1099 them. So it drops down from 600 or sorry, the limit the limit kind of like you have more wiggle room. So instead of having to pay them $600 and 1099 them, you don't have to worry about it until you pay them more than $2,000. So that changes this year, 2026. We've got that new rule because of the One Big Beautiful Bill. I don't know if this is gonna change. This might change once it expires. We'll see, but, that's kinda nice because now you don't have to worry about it. Now it's less of a thing. Uh, so I'll stop sharing. So there you go. We discussed, the due dates. We went through what information you need. We did a little demo of how to prepare it, and I think you're all set. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or in my community. If you haven't joined, please join. I'll be in there helping you out. It's called the Write Off Club. I'm going to be a lot more active right now during tax season because we've got taxes on our minds, and um, the businesses are due March 15 and the individuals are due April 15. So we've got taxes coming due. And I'm excited to help out and answer any questions and be there for you so that you become the boss of your numbers. All right. Until next time, the next workshop. Let's go into the next workshop real quick. Calendar. The next workshop is going to be on the Schedule C tax form prep. Because once you have your numbers, what does that actually mean? How is it actually going to look on your tax return for all you side hustlers and sole proprietors and independent contractors and freelancers, single member LLCs? This is the form that you need. and I'll help you kind of show you how it goes from, okay, you got your numbers and now you got your Schedule C. So that's on February 5th. And again, I can answer questions here for that. Okay. There we go. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next month and happy filing. Bye.